Today on the channel, I'm going to do a reaction to the upcoming horror film called Sinners by director and writer Ryan Coogler of Black Panther fame, starring Michael B. Jordan. And I know that it's a horror film. It's, I think, set in the South in the 20s or 30s, and it's written and directed by Ryan Coogler, who did the Black Panther movies and whose films I particularly enjoy. And the other thing that I really love is that this is a horror film and it's also an original film. It's not based off any pre-existing intellectual property. It's not a franchise film or a reboot or a sequel. So I really love that Coogler is getting us a chance to do his own horror film that's original. I'm sure the trailer is going to be amazing. I'm so excited to check it out with you all. So let's check out the trailer right now. Already, beautiful cinematography. Nice. Beautiful anamorphic.
I've been all over this world. I seen men die in ways I ain't even know was possible. Love you, brother. Be careful. I will. With all the things that I've seen, I ain't ever seen no demons, no ghosts, no magic. Till now. Now get back inside. Let me in, man. There's some weird shit going on out here. You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
Holy cannoli, that was an unbelievable trailer. Honestly, that's one of the best trailers for any film I've seen in years. The thing initially I love about it already is that it doesn't give away the whole movie or the whole plot. It really leaves a lot to the imagination to imagine or fill in a lot of the gaps. I really like that they didn't show the scariest parts or even really what the actual evil or fear is. They dance around it, they hint it, but they don't ever show us explicitly anything. We just know that there is something that has a little bit of possession element. It's definitely looks like a deep South with religious components, especially in the 20s or 30s. Definitely looks like a period piece. And the production design and the wardrobe all supports that. But I just love how much they obscure. I think they give you incredible flashes of major heightened emotional aspects, especially with some of the performances and shots of the actors. And there's such great editing where they give you these small, very quick flashes, but even in the flashes, they're not giving away too much. They're not showing anything that would be spoiling the movie. I think one of my biggest critiques is so often I'll watch a trailer that feels, for one, too long, but also it feels like I know what that plot is. Even some of the scariest moments in a horror film, they will put into the trailer. And I understand they're trying to market to get people to come out and show some thrills, but you should never show your scariest moments in the trailer. Why else would you go see the movie? So I really enjoyed that they just give you glimpses. They gave you a small inkling of what the story could be, but they also didn't go too much into the plot. This very much felt like a Christopher Nolan style trailer, and interestingly enough, this also is a Warner Brothers movie. So Warner Brothers used to be Christopher Nolan's go-to studio before Oppenheimer, and if you notice the font when they say when the movie's coming out, which is March 7th of next year, and they say from Ryan Coogler and the director of Creed, Black Panther. That font is very similar to also the way that they used to do all the trailers for Nolan films at Warner Brothers too. So I have a feeling somebody who worked on Nolan films might have worked on this trailer. At least that would be my hypothesis, because the lettering where they have the letter, but you still see the images within the transparent lettering, that looks and feels like a very Nolan thing to do. I definitely like that they took a note from the Christopher Nolan school of trailers, which is to never play your hand and reveal too much in the trailer, especially for horror. The other elements I really want to point out that I'm really enjoying so far is the cinematography shot in the anamorphic widescreen. It just looks gorgeous. It really looks to me like they're using the widescreen to its absolute potential. It also looks like a lot of the cinematography is going to be using fire and oil lamps, basically selling the period type of lighting that was actually around at that time. And it looks to me like a lot of the fire is going to be adding this beautiful glow to the actors. There's going to be speakeasy scenes and churches in the South at that time. And one of the things that I also really like is that I get a feel from showing images like the snake and we hear the rattle, is the trailer's using great sonic elements as well with the sound design, with the score. And what I like is it feels like they're really going to weave into this religious Southern culture in America in the 20s, 30s, especially in the Deep South. It just looks sweaty. It looks like it's humid. It looks like there's very much a presence of the potentially religious supernatural brand of horror where maybe we see possession. It looks like there's something leading toward possession. They talk about the devil and that if you dance with the devil, eventually he might follow you home. But I like that a lot. I think that very much speaks to probably a lot of themes in the movie, and that you see shots of them in church and then somebody comes in with scratches, looks like something is off. You see a little bit of blood. You see a snake, which is usually always a sign of Satan, at least in Christianity. So it looks like the evil in some capacities is going to be at the epicenter of Deep South religion and possession or spiritual warfare. And so I'm very, very eager to see what they do with that and how they categorize it. Really, the only other flashes we see in the trailer are just that somebody's laying on the floor with blood. We see somebody with scratches on their face. Somebody is knocking to be let in, and you're not sure if they already have something within them or if they're running from something. So the only other shot we see that I like is there's a big wide shot where there's a group of people that are slowly inching toward what looks like the speakeasy location. So I'm very, very eager to see how they manage that. It looks like there's going to be hopefully some dance sequences, maybe some old school dance. I see shots on the dance floor. It looks like there's someone who is in a Venetian type mask. The other thing I'm very interested to see how they pull off from a performance standpoint is they have Michael B. Jordan playing two brothers, identical twin brothers, because when they cut of them hugging, it's two Michael B. Jordans. So I really like that. I'm very eager to see how they play that. And then I also just really like the way that they incorporate the music. It almost sounds like they are in a church, and some of the singing elements, they almost sound like chanting, comes through in a little bit of the music. So I'm hoping they incorporate that too. So I plan on doing a little bit of extra reading down the description of the trailer video. So it looks like a lot of the regular Ryan Coogler collaborators from Black Panther are also on this movie also, which is great. So Autumn Durald Arkapaw, who shot the second Black Panther, she's the cinematographer for this one. The same production designer, Hannah Beachler, editor Michael Shaver, and same composer Ludwig Göransson, who did an amazing score for Oppenheimer, and Oscar-winning costume designer Ruthie Carter, all from Black Panther, are also working on this one. So I think he has a great team already, and I'm glad that he's going to continue to keep using them. I have to also say that Ryan Coogler, I think, is one of the best studio filmmakers that's working today. He manages to still bring in so many incredible independent elements to his character work, but I think he just has a great team, and I also think he has such a great eye and really great creative ideas as far as the visuals that he brings in. I was a really big fan of the second Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I really thought the visuals and his directing choices in that film were just absolutely stunning, especially bringing it to a Marvel film that just felt so different to me than almost any other Marvel film I've seen. So I'm super excited just knowing his directing prowess and the fact that he's doing a film that's original and it's also for Warner Brothers. I will say Warner Brothers is probably my favorite of the larger studios in terms of and how they usually are a filmmaker friendly studio. So I'm excited to see this movie, especially because it's horror and seeing Coogler tackle horror for the first time, and with Michael B. Jordan. I think it's going to be an incredible dream team of people coming together, and I'm excited. And we also got Haley Steinfeld in the film, as well as I saw Delroy Lindo. So it looks like we're going to have a solid cast of actors as well. And one of the things that I also noticed about the trailer that I'm predicting is that it's going to have some incredible acting performances. It just already looked to me like there was going to be some incredible moments for actors to really shine. And that makes me feel good, because so often in a trailer, if I hear a couple of the lines they include that already don't sound that great or they sound kind of cheesy, I already am worried about how the rest of that movie is going to be. And already what I'm seeing as far as all of the visuals, the lines of dialogue that they did include, they sound incredible and convincing to me. So already I feel like dialogue sounds realistic, sounds like it's going to be well performed. And again, we just got great collaborators all across the board. That last shot too of Michael B. Jordan shooting that old, it looks like a Tommy gun, coming toward the camera in slow motion. I mean, who doesn't want to see Michael B. Jordan with his jacked guns coming toward the camera with a gun being badass? I mean, the guy looks good. I'm excited. I'll watch Michael B. Jordan in anything. I also really love that at about 59 seconds into the trailer, they definitely recreate that iconic shot from The Shining where the camera is looking up at a door frame and a character is leaning up toward it, but the camera is shooting up this way. I remember seeing Stanley Kubrick do that shot with a viewfinder with his lens laying on the ground to find that frame, and I've definitely seen a lot of people recreate that. Gonna be fire, it looks like, action, guns. It looks like there's gonna be more than just a straight horror. There's gonna be a period piece, hopefully some great dramatic performances. So I'm excited. I think it's just an all-around well-edited trailer. I think the music, the sound design, the visuals, the use of color, the production design, the cinematography, all of it just looks amazing. And I love that they did not give away too much. So as of this moment, this is my #1 most anticipated horror film for next year. So as of now, I'm definitely gonna see this. It also was shot with IMAX cameras. So you better believe when this comes out next year, March 7th, 2025, I will be one of the first rushing to the theater to see this in IMAX. So definitely stoked for this one. I'm also refreshed just to see such a great trailer. This is one of the first times in a long time I saw a trailer and right away I was excited. I thought it was a great trailer. It made me want to see the movie. It made it look like a great movie. And the fact that it's original is also just so refreshing on so many levels. So this renewed my hope for movies to come, since most trailers I watch just make me less excited about the state of movies. So this one, kudos to everybody involved. Sinners comes out March 7th, 2025. I can't wait to see it. I want to hear from you. Comment below what you thought of the trailer and if you're planning to see this movie and are just as excited about it as I am or not. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And also, welcome to October. It's officially October, so you can definitely expect that the rest of this month, we will definitely be breaking down a lot more horror film movies and trailers and shows. So definitely be on the lookout for those in the future to come. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. It really means the world to me. And for all of the new subscribers and comments, thank you so much. It really is the reason that I want to continue to talk about movies and writing and directing and the things that I love. So thank you all so much for being just a wonderful community, supporting me and doing this all together. And for more breakdown videos like this one I did for Donnie Darko, you can check that one out here. So give it a watch. And I'll catch you next week where we continue to break down amazing films and TV shows from a writing and directing standpoint. So I will definitely see you then.